Yo, 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 welcome to the 1804 show, chapter 2. I'm your host, Donald, and this is episode 683. Yeah, shout out to everybody, all my fans, all my supporters, and stuff like that. Special shout out to my homeboy Cody, Barbecue King over there. But yeah, tonight I got a special guest coming to the show. Multi-talented, one of the best artists that I ever embarked. And he's gonna come up on here and give us an update. You know, he came on the show before a couple years ago, so I'm gonna bring him on here so we can talk and let y'all know what's been going on with him. All right. Yo, yo, what up, man?
What's happening? What's happening?
Hey, man, nothing, bro. So, on this grind 24/7?
Oh, every day, it don't stop. It don't stop.
Man, and you ain't lying, man. I tell everybody that because they just always be like, man, don't you ever take a break? Don't you ever relax? I'm like, no. I relax too long.
Get complacent when you get too relaxed.
Man, hug shit, man. Like, and it's crazy because like I always tell everybody that I'm in my gift.
Mm-hmm.
So when you in your gift, it's a huge difference from just having a talent. It's like you appreciate the gift and you don't neglect it. You don't show any type of malice to the gift, but you embrace it. And I just enjoy just this opportunity that it was placed upon me because I always felt like I had it, but you know just how tragedy creates chances and stuff like that.
Most definitely, I know that all too well.
No doubt, man. But yeah, bro, man, it's great to have you back, man. So much has happened, so much has changed since we have last spoke.
Oh yeah, a lot has changed.
Oh, no doubt.
A lot has changed.
But yeah, man, how about you update us on some few things?
Oh man, I released 3 singles this year so far. 1 in January, 1 last month, and 1 this month. I'm doing more shows this year. I did my first show back at home. And the hometown's always the hardest crowd to get, but
oh man,
I did my first show back here. I got another one I'm doing a Mega Fest in North Carolina, starting July the 20th or the 21st, and I got some big name artists that's on that tour, so I ain't got nothing to lose. Ain't got nothing to lose. We going all out.
Oh man, I agree, bro. Like, and it just feels good, like just knowing that you are able to do the things that you do, and just a whole lot of people don't understand it because they're on the outside looking in and stuff like that. But it's a lot of work, you know, to get in the door and to stay in the door.
You ain't lying. Getting in the easy part. The hard part is maintaining it.
No doubt, and it just like I could just tell you like when we last spoke, man, I just really learned a lot just about walking in open fields, and then getting caught in some thorns, but also just being able to smell the roses at the same time.
It's tough. It's one of those life things. It's like how God, when you ask God for something, and you know you ask God for patience, but He give you opportunities to become patient. It's one of those types of things. It's not an easy process. You just got to enjoy the process as it's going and be able to fail, look at what you failed at and take it as that lesson and learn from it. That's the difference that everybody don't really be looking at. See, I had to, that was one of the little spiritual journeys that I had to go through. And sometimes it's not about sacrifice. Because if you was just obedient to God from the get-go, you wouldn't have to sacrifice anything.
Man, thank you, man, because it's just like one of those questions that people be asking, like, God, please reveal my real friends. And then you start losing friends, and you be like, dang, God, like why you got me alone? Why you got me by myself? Well, I gave you what you asked for, and they were your friends. So, yeah, it's just one of those things that we have to live with whatever result that's possible. But luckily, you are able to live. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of results and very tragic, and I'm grateful just knowing that the stuff and the life lessons that I've been learning and stuff like that, I walked out of particular situations unscathed, you know. So it's just like a wonderful thing just with this journey. I just tell everybody to just make sure that you ready for what you ask for, because you might not be diligent to handle it, but you can handle it a little bit later.
Yeah,
because it's just because you got to if you want to grow.
You gotta, and I just literally made a post about being ready. Like, it's enough to ask for, but it's more than enough to be ready for it. And then when you think you're ready for it, it's exactly when you're not ready for it. So you just gotta be able to just ask for what you ask for at an early time, and continuously keep working on whatever it is that you are asking for to keep building upon. So when it comes, you know how to treat it. That's the difference. You gotta know how to treat what you ask for. It's like just now finally getting the carpet in your house, and you just like, you already did that. I ain't gotta keep nothing up, And next you know, your carpet dingy, dull, gotta get another one, but you don't got enough to get another one. So it's like you should have been grateful for what you had.
No doubt. But so like my mom, man, it's funny because like every time when my mom would clean her carpets and stuff, and she was like, "Hey, what you doing? You better take them damn shoes off." I'm like,
I think, look, I truly believe that if you grew up in a black family, there is one room in the house that nobody's able to step in.
Oh yeah, no, shoot, couches. Because it's funny, my grandmother, may she rest in peace, but she would have these couches in her living room, so nobody was able to sit on them couches until one time we saw my auntie boyfriend sit on the couch. He didn't know he was a stranger. He was a visitor, but we was visitors too. But we knew the rules. But we was just like, he's sitting on grandma's couches. Like what she gonna do? And she ain't say nothing. She was quiet. I was like, how come you be cussing out your kids and the grandkids? How come he get a pass?
Cause y'all know better. They outsiders, y'all insiders. That's the difference. That is the difference.
But yeah, it was just crazy, that you said that, because I brought a lot of regulations and stuff, from my childhood, man, and it's like a blessing to be able to just remember the good things, because I don't like to really be around people who bring up just bad stuff and negativity and this and that. And I was like, no wonder why your life is full of shit, because that's all you bring up and that's all you resonate. You know what I'm saying? You gotta just think like every day wasn't a bad day. You have to have some type of good day that nothing went wrong, or you had like a blast, but you go by just bringing up these things that haunted you. But it's up to you to find peace, because you and I, we share, something, because we lost our brothers.
Yeah.
Even though it's not our soundtrack, but it's a part of our story. Because we make our own.
Part of my soundtrack. I'm not even gonna lie.
No, but what I mean is that that's not your theme song. You know what I'm saying? But you carry it so well to the point of like no one will ever know. Like they would just be blown away. But you have charisma. You have great aura about yourself to the point of you won't, and you have people gravitate towards you just with your energy alone.
I would say say, I think I only carry it so well is because I sought out the help that I needed.
Yeah.
I didn't just allow myself to drown in my emotions, and that was probably one of the greatest things I ever done. So once I even went to go check myself in these different therapies just to continuously help myself and my mental state of mind and my mental health, everything else became non-existent. All the negative naysayers and all that other stuff. I didn't really care, especially in our culture. We look at therapy as something that just makes you weak. And it's probably the biggest thing that made me strong. It changed me. It made me more aware. It made me, still look at all the things. It made me stop looking at death as something so bad. Mm-hmm. When it made me look at it as a pivotal point where, hey, it's not necessarily say the goal, but it's something that, hey, you grasp something from all these people that left your life to go transition to wherever they are to give you these lessons, and now you internalize these lessons, and now you get to pass these lessons along. And I think for me, it was easier for me to take the lessons that I learned from my brother and others and put it in the music and make the music better.
Oh yeah, and that's just with anything that you do, just the people that isn't here anymore should be that crutch,
yeah,
for your success, and just really are the organizers and stuff like that, because we again, just like how Pac would say, we look at that as a selfish thing. So we should be happy that they at peace.
And they away from all this bad stuff that's here on earth.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm a Pac fanatic. I know exactly what he said.
Yeah, and they don't have to worry about these bills, because that's what he feels above.
The most ghetto hood to live in, adulthood.
Man, no doubt, man. It's also just a godsend, because I swear, the more that I get older, the more that I realize that I didn't know anything that I thought I knew and stuff. And
I was just talking to my mama about this earlier, man. That's funny. That's funny you brought that up.
Because, it's just I would say 17 and 3/4, we start feeling ourselves. We start thinking that we...
Not the 3/4.
Yeah, you know what I mean. That senior year of high school, 18, yeah. You start feeling yourself, and you think that, nobody can tell me nothing. I'm, marching on the beat of my own drum, and then you find out, you know what I'm saying? Dang, there's a lot to this grown stuff.
Yeah. Grass ain't green on the other side, is it?
Oh no, man. And it was funny because I was just talking to my mom. Me and my mom conversations now are very just delightful, because we're two adults having a conversation now. It's not like Kid and Mother or Dictator Little Country now. But we having conversations now, just our dialogue is filled with grace.
With time, everything changes. The relationship that you have with your friends, the relationship you have with your mom, your dad, your brothers, sisters, everything changes. The dynamic changes now, because now you've experienced. I guess in their eyes, the older ones, they see that you've experienced some things in your life. Now we can talk to you in a different way. Now I can really give you more of the game. Now I can tell you the things that you probably wanted to ask but didn't ask when you was a kid. So the dynamic definitely changes as you grow older. The wisdom becomes different. Your perspective changes multitude of times, and that's just something that you just have to internalize as the person, and be able to be receptive to these different perspectives, and not just what you were taught.
I agree, and it's just really just a humbling experience, because I could just recount just how many times that I was hard-headed. A lot of times I was disrespectful, but I wasn't bad, man. It was one of those things that, because I didn't have a father, so it was more like I was still trying to find me. I was just trying to find my identity and stuff like that. And being raised in a household full of females, you know, no young man is going to find his identity unless he spends time with his father or uncles and this and that. But my uncles and father was, I would say, distant and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so I was just really just, out here just trying to find my way and stuff, and was a runaway, for a minute. Just was bouncing place to place. And remember being 20 years old, living in New York, and I would just walk the streets and stuff. But it was just one of those things that, wandering off into the wilderness type thing, and it's really channeling nature and just thoughts and what led to this point. Because I feel like if I didn't leave my hometown when I did, I would have been dead or in jail already.
I'm trying to tell you, I say that all the time. But luckily, the person that I am, I chose to be. I decided to take a different route. I don't mind taking the harder route. If there's lessons, especially now, like you said, since we've gotten a little bit more age on us and more experience on us, I'm willing to take the harder lessons and really internalize these lessons so I can progress as a person. That's probably been the biggest growth period for me, mentally, physically, emotionally. Now my spiritual growth is just something different, but just being able to do that now and just to grasp these new lessons and stuff that life has to teach, it's like I said, that part of the journey is probably the best part because you get to see what you're truly capable of as a human.
Yeah, put some hair on your chest, you know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to tell you, hey, get some of this irk and jerk.
Yeah, it's just really crazy because, like, nowadays, the dating scene and stuff, and
don't get me started on that.
And we hear so much ridiculousness
don't get me started on that.
All these different podcasts and platforms. Because with me, I try to be fair, what I'm saying? I'm not biased and stuff like that, but I actually take the time out to bring both men and women on the platform and just really give their thoughts and have them share their opinions and stuff. A lot of them be expectations, and I just learned not to place a lot of expectations. I just learned to just be fair and but also just let them know what I want, what I'm saying, what I expect. Because at the end of the day, it's like, we all was raised differently. I don't know your origin. I don't know what values or morals that you have until time tells me. So it's just like, I know that it's a battle going on, just with competitiveness, and I just, I don't mind a woman who got her own everything, because we all supposed to have our own everything. We're adults and stuff, but all this, stuff about just the table and all this other stuff.
I'm ready for these questions. Come on, hit me with these questions. I'm ready. You done got me souped up now. I'm ready now. Hit me with these questions. They finna know something.
Yes. So share your thoughts on that, man. Like, so what, as far as like a companion, like what you require?
For you to know yourself. Know yourself, know your direction, because like even without a foundation, you have no direction. So like, and that's with self first. Like, you really need to take that time to really go and self-reflect on all of your past, your flaws, your goals, anything that you know for a fact is attainable and it suits the type of person that you are. Then know that first before you step to somebody. That way can't nobody say that you just a wishy-washy person. You dibble and dabble on this side, that side, over there, over here, above there, down below. Like, that's the thing. You just gotta know yourself. And once you know yourself and you just walk in yourself all the time, like, people start to say, "Oh yeah, that's just them. That's them." They know that you are your person. And I think I don't really have expectations. I stopped doing that. I stopped having expectations. But I do, and I would like for a person to actually know what they want, not willingly waste someone else's time. Now I didn't say waste time, because if you was willing to give the time, then it's not wasted time. You was willing to give that time away. But don't just willingly waste time that you can't get back, because even in today's society, when I look at relationships and I look at the media, I look at the era of time we're in, it's sad. It's very sad, because you got. If I'm just speaking on Black culture at the moment, I think that we attack each other too much. We attack each other way too much, and we expect way too much out of us. It's like other cultures have already embedded in the male mind and the female mind that they should have this particular thing going on. Well, we're not raised like everybody else. In a Black family, you're raised a lot more different. Some people try to, bridge the gap and be on the outside trying to give better. And I understand that that's cool. You should. You should be wanting to teach your kids something better than what you were raised as. That's passed on good information. But growing up in the times that we came in, it's tough. It's difficult. You start, especially when you got a foot in the door of the old school and a foot in the door of the new school, but you leaning more towards the old school ways like I do. Like, it's not that I hold on to traditional values, but it is some things about women that I think women, just like you said, should have morals, values, beliefs, and whatever customs that they that they love. They should really ride in that. But a lot of people don't think like that.
No, absolutely not. And they get mad when we like hoes. You know what I'm saying? And my thing with the whole thing, right, is that nobody is born that way. They create it.
Yeah.
And
sure.
I remember, yeah, of course, because it's easier. Because when you think about it, us, as men, because I can talk about my dirt, I can talk about that now because I'm healed. But when I was like green and all of this stuff, man, I remember just whatever girl that I was into or feeling at the time, man, I would just write poems and stuff like that. I was like, hey, you beautiful and this and that, and I would love to take you out. I would love to go to the movies,
It's crazy.
Skater.
Even if you saying that right there, like doing that, a lot of women take that offensively now.
Yeah.
And it's like, why? Like, how would you expect me to approach you? Like,
yeah, because like I said, I just would watch, I would just watch my mom, just how she would just conduct her relationship with my stepfather and stuff like that. Because my stepfather was really romantic like that. He would buy her gifts and buy her flowers and compliment her and this and that. So he would just tell me things like, hey, that's what women like, that's what women want, and this and that. So I was just, grew up just being oblivious to the hot girl, the city girls type stuff, and they were like, man, you corny, you weird, and stuff like that.
That's a whole nother conversation. The city girl era. That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, so it's just, I remember one time, right, and I don't care who laughed, I'm real. I remember one time I invited this girl to my birthday party. I forget what age I was turning, but she stood me up, right? And it was crazy because like she was at my homeboy's crib that night and stuff. And I was just like, if you didn't want to show up, why you didn't tell me? Like, because I didn't want to hurt your feelings, but you think this did it? But I was just so scarred, you know what I'm saying? Because I know what happened. They just, looked at each other presents, playing video games. So I know what happened. But I was just like, I'm not experiencing that kind of pain anymore. I'm not going through that no more. But they don't ask us these questions. They just think that we are dogs and we are cheap, that we ate shit.
I'm not gonna lie. There in this day and age, there's a lot of that.
Yeah.
I keep it honest and keep it real, like on all ends, on all spectrums. I don't take up for all the men just because I'm a man. Nah, they be doing that outside doing their thing too, just like these females be outside doing their thing. Now, when I say it do be, in my opinion, and please for the people that's out there watching and listening, that will be listening, this is just my opinion, okay? I do feel like a lot of women do a lot more than what men do because they are more secretive with it and they can do it better. They can do everything way better than us, especially on that type of spectrum. Because men don't be caring about getting caught. They don't care. They don't care. It is what it is with them. But for the people that do care and value, monogamy and just really want that to be in their life like I do, they don't do it. We have, and a lot of us get skipped over. We get skipped over because we not like Joe Blow that's selling dope to 504 over there. And because a lot of women that I've even heard talk like and tell me things, they'll be like, well, I want me a hood dude because, or a dude in the street because I feel safe. I'm like, and then my response to them be like, you don't realize that by talking to Joe Blow or whoever dude on the street, his ops now become your ops. You now become even more of a target. You realize that, right? But especially if you know street, they gonna come to get your kin. So if they know that's your girl, they finna get your girl. And I don't think a lot of people, I don't think a lot of women be understanding that. They just feel like, oh, he's safe. I know my dude carrying or whatever the case may be. I'm pretty sure the nerd on the corner carrying, the nerd over there doing stuff, he carrying too. So, like, I don't think they really be thinking it through a lot. That's just my opinion, people. My opinion.
Yeah, and it's just a lot of that shit be word salad. They don't be knowing what the fuck they be talking about.
No, they don't.
And because I tell them, like, you think I'm gonna let anything happen to you and I love you and care about you? You think I'm gonna let anything put you in a type of danger and stuff?
Bruh, in this day and age, love ain't enough.
Yeah, of course not. But
love ain't enough. Actions ain't enough. Talking ain't enough. Ain't nothing enough no more.
Of course not. And I just think that it just be propaganda, man. It's just all this six
we
figures.
Pop out to the media.
Yeah,
it's what we pop out to the media, like, because it wasn't really that bad. Like, everybody want to act in the way they acting until, like, and this ain't no disrespect to them. They did what they did to get where they are. That's by all means cool. But people got to remember the type of people that they influence. Like your Cardi B's, your City Girls. Like, don't get me wrong. Even in our day and age, we had the Trinas, we had the Kayas. We had all these. We had the Nasty song. We had all of that. But it ain't as publicized as they publicize it now.
Yeah.
Like, everything is more publicized now, and it's getting even more ridiculous. Like, it's crazy. You can tell that, and that's why I say, you know what? After my brother passed, I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna get closer to God. I'm gonna start making more music that's meaningful. That's why my whole regimen changed inside of my brain. Like, if you listen to the music now, it's different. Like, even though I just put one of my dumb songs out on the 4th just because I had to, just because it was such a fire song. I was like, I gotta do it. But the stuff that I got, and I'm actually gonna send you some exclusive shit, by the way.
Okay, man. Thank you.
Yeah, so you get that here first on the 18th post. But it's a difference when you start looking at life and you start walking in the newness of life, and walking in the purpose, walking in the path, and walking more with God, and allowing God to order your steps. It's a lot. It's a lot difference. It's a total difference in that whole package that you're gonna receive. It's like building the character on 2K. Like, with God at the center of everything, bro, it's nothing that you can't do. Like, I don't care how down I get. I don't care how stressed I am. I don't care how mentally, physically, emotionally tired I am. Like, I know that God got me and it will push me as long as I keep. And I tell people, and I have to cut myself off and say this because this is my pivotal, my biggest points. Like, I pray when I'm up and when I'm down, but I always pray more when I'm up. Because I really believe that people forget about God when you up, because you do. You know what I'm saying? So don't get me wrong, like, I still get the same type of prayer, but I pray even harder when I'm up, because that's the most pivotal points where everybody forget about God. Like, he gave you this, now you about to lose because you don't know how to say thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So and that goes for relationships too. So like people gotta have that foundation. They gotta have that center point with God or whatever you believe in. You know, you got to put yourself in a position to say, God gave me this. God, I thank you. I'm grateful for it. And watch how much more things come in abundance to you. That's why I changed my whole regimen of who Ajalan is and recreated my foundation because without God, I wouldn't have got this far. You know.
No doubt, man. And people, stay stuck on a particular level because they're not trying to be grateful to God. They don't show thanks. They don't show appreciation.
Mhm.
They think that they got it on their own, and I ain't never been like that. Even just with the celebrities
Mhm.
that I was able to meet and speak to and stuff. I was fortunate enough to meet everybody that I always wanted to talk to, but I just always tell people when they come up to me, but like, "Hey man, you doing big things," and I'm like, "I'm nobody. I'm just a vessel." But this God, God is the one who's in charge. I'm just
Yep.
the well, he's the donor. I'm just the vessel. So I just always keep that in mind because we lose sight of who's really giving us all these opportunities, all these gifts and stuff, and we get caught up into the world. But it's also just a spiritual thing firsthand. You know what I'm saying? Just
First
being
and
able
foremost,
to
yeah.
just being able to know is what your limitations are and stuff because we're not how we started, what I'm saying, and nothing. It's just like, when you first, got on that stage and sung. I don't know if you come from a strong church
That's
background.
exactly where I first learned I knew how to sing it.
Okay. So you're not that same person when you first walked on that stage. Hey, I got something going on here.
Um, I can't say that. I think I'm the same because I always remember that first piece of excitement when I was so nervous that I just put my hands in my pocket and I started singing "Swing Down, Sweet Chariot, Stop and Let Me Ride." And every time I get on stage, I feel that exact kid moment because it's like that's where it began. It's like remembering where you come from with everything. And I think I think about that so much because I wasn't supposed to sing that day. It was supposed to be somebody else. They just never showed up.
Oh wow.
And I didn't even know I could sing until then. So after that it's just been on and popping.
Yeah, that is crazy. So it was just like
Yeah,
spontaneous
it was
moment.
I forgot what choir they kept put me in at this particular time, but it was supposed to be somebody else singing. I was just one of the like people that be in the background. Of course, I'm a kid, but the standing ovation I got from that, like even while singing, people just started standing up. I'm like, whoa! I remember that moment like it was yesterday. Like I literally was standing there looking like I made them stand up. Okay, okay. I want to sing another song. And then it became something that I just always, I just love because it brought me peace. It wasn't there's nothing, indecent about the reasons of why I want to do the things that I want to do. The vision that I have for myself is music. It's not even for music. And I keep telling people that all the time. It was like I look, my biggest thing is I just like making people laugh. I like making people smile. That's like the best part of my day. Like it ain't about no money, it ain't about no fame. I'll be grateful to get there, but that means I have a bigger assignment. And
Mhm.
me and whatever God got for me, I'm willing to go ahead and take right whatever on the chin. That's just pause, no diddy. Let me say that
Crazy, man.
before they somebody catch that clip, turn it back over and make it something. They ain't got time. Go ahead.
Crazy. Yeah. I feel it, man. I really feel it. I was just, wondering because, everybody has that moment when they knew that they had to do it or they wanted to do this and stuff like that. Because I just remember just always gonna remember the first time I did this show. Man, I had so many people who just was like, man, what the hell you think you doing? Like, you talking to people and shit.
On episode what now?
Man.
You on episode what now? Let the people know what episode you on.
683, baby.
Thank you. And still going strong.
And it's funny because this is like the second show that I have ever created. So, and I tell everyone because I was already like touching over 200 on the first show. So this was like a rebirth. This was like a revamp. But just the fact that I tell everybody I freestyle all my topics, subject matter. I don't write nothing down. I don't go by a script. That just shows how genuine that I am. But I just let things marinate and stuff. And I don't know. I just like Jay-Z when he working on a song and he be listening to the beat and stuff like that. That's just my thing, you know, as well. But I just, man, I really sit with it, and I really be in isolation, and they just be looking at me like, dang, Will, like you quiet and stuff. Like, I'm organizing my episode. This episode may be that episode, so leave me alone type thing, because I got to focus. But it's just when you know
Hold
that.
On, I gotta give a big shout out right now to my boy Pat Rowder.
Okay.
My boy Pat, that my dog been rocking with me since the beginning. Like since the beginning. I can't say how much I love that brother, man, because no matter what I do, he was just like my brother, man. Like, no matter what song I make, he'll let me know if it's trash. But my dog, my dog is a real one. He gonna forever, as long as I'm up, he gonna forever be good. That's just real. Like I gotta give him a shout out because I got too much love for that brother. For him not to know. I'm giving you your flowers, Pat.
Man, it's also nothing like those friends in that team, man. Because your team isn't gonna lie to you like everybody else is going to. They will tell you suck, you trash, you need to polish this, you need to work on that and stuff. So it's just I tell everybody when you're successful, everything's good in the beginning, but then you really begin to see what everybody's talking about, how everybody can finish with you the same way they started with you. So it not just recount losing a lot of people that I talked to because it was either envy, it was either jealousy, or it was just surveillance instead of the support. And I was just telling people that I work for everything that I've done. I don't want people to everything that just handed to me because I have to take it. Because no one took me seriously at first. And I just remember just, talking to one of my homeboys because he never thought about doing content creation until I started doing it. And I just was kind of, wanted him, just to know that if I inspired you, man, it's okay to say that I inspired you. You're making me kind of feel like you kind of competition with me, man, because I don't know, bro.
Well, you know what? That's just like what we was talking about earlier when it comes to like really choosing your circle and having that discernment. Sometimes, a lot of times, you really do gotta pray about it. And that goes to show, like, really, is this the type of people that you want in your life, or do you gonna keep allowing people to keep blocking these blessings? And I'm showing you that these are the certain individuals that are blocking your blessing, but you keep bringing them around. But I'm gonna let you make your decision because you got free will. Yeah. But you don't have to eventually see that, hey, this is what I've been trying to show you for the past 5 years. And you took 5 years to see this. But at least you caught the lesson. So let me backtrack and give you these last 4 years of stuff that you missed all in this whole year. And since you finally got the message and you can move on.
Yeah, and just the deepest thing about that is like when you love somebody, you overlook that type of stuff.
Oh
But
yeah,
it
most
comes,
definitely.
but it comes a time that you have to love yourself, or you keep loving them. And I had to love myself. I had to let friends go. I had to let family members go. I even had to let
Woo.
go of my
I
habits, old
know that
habits,
all
even
too well. That family word.
oh man,
But,
and,
hey, I
and,
ain't
and
gonna lie. I'm like the cutoff king nowadays. I don't really care. Like, look, and I think I got bad when my brother passed. Like I got real bad. Like so
hmm
when people like at the any given moment that I feel like even when my family start questioning the way that they question things, like you still doing music? Are you making any money from it yet? I'm like, first and foremost, it ain't even all about the money.
no,
So if I do make something, that's just a bonus of it. I said I'm doing something that makes me happy at the end of the day. Like
hmm
so, like I know what family members I stay away from. Like I don't be caring. I don't even care if they hear this. It don't even matter. Like it don't matter. This me. I'm me all day. I don't fake the funk for nobody. I don't care who you are. Family, mom, dad, sister, cousin, brother. I don't care. I just tell you like it is. Like that's just me, and that's why I tell people like I'm probably the most outspoken person because I refuse to be quiet. Like I refuse to lessen myself just because you feel threatened by my presence. So, but I take that approach with everything as well. Like I take that approach when I walk outside. I take that same approach when I step in the studio. I take that same approach when I'm addressing God because I'm like, hey God, like this is our relationship. This is how we talk. This is what I'm asking about. You know, I still, of course, I'm gonna always give God the most utmost respect, but it's that that's the key to everything. That's the key to the reason why I've been able to unlock this much knowledge, even since our first episode. Like the first episode, like I can go back and be like, oh, I said some dumb shit there. I can be like, I don't know who that was. That's not me.
yeah,
But
and
it's
that's
real
cool,
though.
man. And that's cool because like I said, I'm happy that sometime did go before we came back and did this because I can sense the growth now. I can just from your responses,
Yeah.
man. I can just tell like you really mature, and I tell everyone that every day. Just if you're not maturing, then you having arrested development problems. And because, bro, like, it's so many times that I wanted to fight, I wanted to punch somebody in their face for disrespecting me, but then I was just quiet. And the people who are slow would think, like, oh, he's scared or he's a coward and this and that. I'm like, no, nigga, I got things to lose now.
Exactly.
Because I feel like nobody could represent my brand but
Better
me,
than you.
the way that I do it, man. So I just think about those things. Like, do I really want to be in the shower with man, and they all watching me with no shower curtains, and asking permission to use the bathroom? You know what I'm saying? I like, I love to eat. You know what I'm saying? I want second, sometimes thirds. I'm gonna have to settle for one course meal with 3 meals a day, or be in a cell for 23 hours a day. Do I
Hey
want
man, look, I'm in the military. I know that all too well.
to?
I go through that. I go through that anyway. Like I don't want that to eat. Well, here, get an MRE. Oh God, back to the barracks.
So these are the things that I think
Uh-huh.
about when someone pisses me off. So because I have to really ask myself,
Self-regulate.
yeah, I really have to think about that because we don't use our minds, you know what I'm saying, a whole lot because we be so caught in our feelings. Yes, because it hurts, you know what I'm saying. At the end of the day, we all have feelings and stuff like that, and I think people who are, considered street dudes have the most sensitive traits because your feelings hurt that bad, you have to kill somebody. Not only that person, mother loses a son, but your mother loses you too to the prison system. So we have to really be responsible for our actions, and
we do.
And I try my best because it's like us as black men, man, we get the worst treatment sometimes, bro. Like not only, you know what I'm saying, we have to bite our tongue in order to get a check, but depending on what you come home to.
Yeah.
And I just remember, you know, a lot of times I came home to heaven, a lot of times I came home to hell. So it's just one of those things that we have to just be mindful of, because our choices, and how can it not only affect us but others as well. So, and that's just with age, man, because I just like, dang, I'm about to be 40 years old real soon. So, I just, and
I ain't there yet. I'm gonna wait on it. Look, I'm gonna take my mama lessons and say, don't be too quick to grow up. I should have took it a long time ago, but hey, I'm here now. I ain't there yet.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, cause even that person that used to be the first person to throw the punch in a fight, or before it got, you know, crazy, they practice self-reliance now, just because they know that they have to lose, and just they don't want to be put in that position. Because I don't think anybody that just wants violent and then became a changed man or a changed woman, they don't want to go back to that, you know, and I don't want to go back to that.
But that's the difference when you actually decide in your life that it's time for a change. And some people only go about that route when it's time to when something bad happens. That change. But I be trying to tell people, like, really look at what's going on in your life. Really write the stuff down that has not been happening. Why you feel like it hasn't been happening. And start looking at your surroundings so you can actually start seeing, okay, this is where I'm messing up on this particular area. So let me change this. Maybe this person is stopping this. Or maybe God don't want to give me this right now. Maybe he does. But maybe it's something that you got to learn. It's something that a mental task that you have to get over in order for you to grasp whatever it is he's trying to give you. And that's why, that's what I was going to say too earlier when it came to the music. Like, I got songs like that. Like, I got songs that talk about, you know, forgiveness. I got songs that talk about, you know, us all being human, going through the same shit, the same things at the same time, but the only difference is we're raised different, so we look at the situation in a different way. So, so let's just say, for example, well, it ain't got to be an example. You lost your brother, I lost my brother, right?
Yeah.
You may view death in a certain way, right? I may view death in a certain way. Death is the same situation, but because you're raised in a different way, so your thought process of how you think about death and my thought process of how I think about death is different. We think that the situations are different. No, we all going through the same things. We all got the same money struggles. We all got the same money hustles. We all got the same mindset, truly. We just trying to figure it fuck out. That's really all it is. We just trying to figure everything the fuck out. But everything that we go through is the same. So and I'm exclusively saying this right now, so I shouldn't be saying it, but I'm saying it anyway. I got a song, it's called Candy Rain. It's basically about having the sweetness of life, but the rain being like the most dreadful part, because it's like trying to duck and dodge the rain, but it's so sweet. But life is so sweet. So, and it talks about everything I just said. I gotta send that to you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna email it to you right there. What's the email? What's the email, dog? I need it right now.
Oh, Brown William 1414 at Gmail. Yeah, I gotta hear that, man. That sounds very interesting.
Oh yeah, you going boy, do I tell you? I got you shit. You said Brown what?
Brown William 1414. Yeah, at Gmail.
Yeah, I'm sending it right now. When I tell you, I wouldn't even care if you played it here. Like, this is one of them things that people just gotta hear. Like it's not one of those. It's one of those records that you look for somebody to talk like this, but they just don't talk like this.
Yeah.
So like that's why I said the dynamic of my music has changed from what it was. I could, like I said, I could do the dumb stuff all day. But what about substance? You know,
Yeah.
what about really put something that you can educate kids by saying some educational stuff, but saying it in a cool way. So I told myself, why not just do that? Like, why not promote some more self-love? Why not promote some awareness? Why not promote something that's gonna make you embody your true self and walk in that all day? Like I don't. And my music tell people all the time. It tells people, hey man, fuck what these folks thinking about you. Go do what you supposed to do and go live. Because you only get one of these things. I don't care what you believe in. The essence that you are in right now, you getting this one. So live it. Go and do something with it. Make it something that people can be proud of. Like like my homeboy say, control your dash on your tombstone. Control your dash. We already know what day you were born. We don't know what day you died. But what did you do in that dash? Control. Make it something that's gonna be, great upon someone else's eyes. So you won't have the need to feel forgotten. Because eventually you're gonna be a memory anyway.
Yeah. And I always live on that, just the dash part. That's why I accomplished so much at a short time. Because I don't believe in breaks. I don't believe in just taking a hiatus and stuff like that. Because I'm steady working, especially behind the scenes, just making sure what I can just bring to the show, to the brand and stuff like that. Just working on this 6 mixtape and stuff, man. I just love accomplishing goals that I set out, and it's a beautiful thing. And I just think that everybody's work ethic is, it's just whatever mindset that they have. Because my work ethic is unmatched. I feel, as far as in my field, because I can just do so much because I have so much that I want to get out, but I don't limit myself to what people have to offer, because I can do so much with the history. I can do so much with the mental health, the motivation, but it's all me. It's all like just from experiences or just teachings that I have learned and stuff. And I feel like whatever moved me will move my listeners and my audience, so they know that it's real, that I'm not just being a robot, or I'm passionate about what I speak about. And what I speak about, mainly just taking ownership of your life and just making sure that you're not conforming to what people has to think or what people have to say about you, because you may know my face, you may know my name, but you don't know my story. There's reasons why I'm this way, or I have done things, and I can admit, we all have, good and bad times with people. So that person that you may have like a bad time with, they gonna think that's overall like that's you as a person, but they feel to take accountability of why was it so bad. Because I can take accountability for me, because I say, cause I used to cheat on women, you know what I'm saying? So when I was a cheater,
I got a song for that too.
So when I was a cheater, a lot of times I would just do it because you know what they say. Hey, nobody wants you till you have somebody. So a lot of times, when a dude ain't used to that, person was ecstatic, you like, damn, like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I'm with it. But then after the fact, when I did get caught, I would never lie. You know what I'm saying? I would be honest with them, I tell it, the greatest truth at the end, and be, crazy, but with the ones that I was good to. I was good to them because they appreciated me. They made me feel good. They made me.
Go where you appreciate it, not where you tolerate it.
Yeah, and I was tolerated, and that's why I choose most of the time.
Why you
I
cheated?
Yeah.
Oh man, don't tell me you pulled it. I gotta put the hood on, man. I ain't
Yeah.
Come on, man. Just leave.
Yeah, I was like in my early 20s, late 20s, man.
We can't be
So like I said,
doing that, man. We gotta set better examples. Ladies, men, black men don't cheat.
No, of course not. You know, I would do it now. You know, now I would just leave, but oh yeah, I just, you know, you gotta experience dirt to know what dirt feels like. Because they say that if you haven't cheated, then you will know what it feels like to be cheated on. That you gotta put yourself in their shoes.
I get it. I just don't agree. I don't agree to that statement because you cannot cheat your whole life and somebody can cheat on you. You definitely gonna know what it feels like. Like, so you can only imagine if you know what it feels like to be cheated on. What would you be doing to the other person?
I mean, I to be honest, I didn't care at the time, bro. To be honest with you, I didn't care
because you was already mentally, emotionally checked out. But if that was the case, now see, ladies, this is the reason why I am who I am. Now I gotta pick on my brother, man. I gotta pick on him. I said, if you knew that you had already mentally and physically checked out, now you done turned me into the host. Welcome to the 1804 show. I'm on the live stage right now. We are interviewing William.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good.
Now, for real, man, like, if you already knew that you had mentally, emotionally checked out, and I ask women the same question, why not just leave?
You know,
why not leave?
It's crazy because at the time, I didn't want to give up. I didn't want to quit because anytime, like...
But you did.
Yeah, I did, but intentionally, I didn't think that I did. But now that you put it in those terms, yeah, I did. I did quit because it was just more like because I used to stay with her too. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it was like most of the time, you know, I would not get no have a good day at work or housework and this and that. It was just more like I would just bring money.
I know what that feels like to be used.
Yeah, so I was being used in that aspect, you know, and then the sex became passionate, then it became animalistic, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about.
You know what? I'm gonna be fat right now. I'm gonna grab my
It's a big ass bucket of popcorn. Yeah, so it was just more like, you know, you go where you tolerate, not celebrate, not tolerate it. So it was just more like the new woman that like I was encountering. It was more like you know, they would like give me massages and they just tell me like, why you with her? You need to be with me. What's the matter? Can't get you.
What they do?
Yeah, so
women are enticing.
Yeah, so I was, you know, I'm gonna say I was young and dumb, but I was just being
young
selfish.
And dumb.
Yeah, I was being. It could have worked out, but you know, in order for things to work out, you know, we have to self-reflect, you know, and I had to, you know, even admit what the things.
Remember what I said earlier?
Yeah.
Sometimes being obedient stops you from having to sacrifice.
Yeah.
So maybe if you would have just left without doing, because I ain't gonna lie, we in a culture and we in a time, and even in our years, because even in our years growing up, you know, I had the same mindset, but I just could never find myself to do it. You have this notion of wanting to get that get back. I gotta get my lick back. I gotta do, you know, I gotta retaliate. I gotta do something. Like, not knowing that walking away was the best answer. Mm-hmm. Like, and we gotta get better. We gotta get better at that. Like, people, and look, I don't care what people say. when people talk about J. Cole and him apologizing, he's saying, you know, that ain't in my spirit to do. You can't make a person want to get into, even though he already made the diss song, whatever the case may be, but it was a play on words. Like if y'all look at the title, it said might delete later. So imagine how dumb we really just was. Like he already said he was gonna might delete it later, and you can't make people jump into something and be something that you aren't yourself. You know, and so to go back to your so excuse me, but to go back to your question earlier, what do I think about relationships and things and how it should go? I think, you know, if you give yourself those opportunities to be the best version of yourself and not shut down those angles and all of and that light that's shedding on you, you'll be the best version of yourself to the person that you're supposed to be your best version of yourself to.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And I just think that all of it will easily align with each other. It won't be no difficulty. I mean, it would be some challenges, but difficulties, it would just be a priority to, you know, fix things and correct things and just, you know, come at one accord. But now that I'm older, it's that it's just because I'm simple, man. I don't care what you got, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not trying to use nobody. If anything, we build over here.
Oh,
because I'm a builder. You know what I'm saying? So if I feel like that, you know, you're here for the long ride, then I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm cutting off everybody. I'm announcing you to the world and this and that, but just don't embarrass me. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be on the same page. We can't be on one paragraph, one chapter. We all have to be on the same page throughout the whole book. You know what I'm saying? I can't be like on chapter 12 and you still in the index or the table of contents. You know, we got to be on the same wavelength. So, but I agree.
And you know, I think just like even just saying that, you know, being on the same wavelength, I always tell people also, man, get you one or two friends that you feel like are doing better than you. Mm-hmm. Like, and I say that just because it's not a competition thing, but you're looking at them for inspiration, motivation. You can always pick their brain of how they did this, how they did that. And you know that these people are your real friends because they're not allowing you to be a lesser version of you than what you already doing. They're pushing you, they're giving you game, whether it's telling you or whether it's leading and guiding you, not giving it to you, but leading and guiding you so you can learn those lessons. So I tell people, and I encourage people all the time, I even encourage kids that I talk to, get you some friends that you feel like are doing better than you in some sort of scale. That way you can have something to look forward to. And you can actually talk to these people, your friends, these friends that you deem that are doing better than you. That way you have something to look at. That way you got something to reach. It's goals. And that's just mature-minded thinking. Like that's not saying something that's going to be envious. That's not saying something that's going to be detrimental for you. It's something that's going to really boost your life and motivate you to keep your dedication to doing what you're doing. So, but that's on a whole different broader scale of thinking. People don't do that. They look at somebody doing better than like, oh, he just thinks better than somebody. Nah. Everybody get their blessings when they get their blessings. And you just got to be grateful and thankful because you don't even know what that person's going to do with that blessing. It could be the blessing that you needed for you.
Yeah, and it's very fortunate because I feel like I'm better as far as I didn't give up on myself and stuff like that. Because you know we can't save everybody, and it's the truth. You know, some people love to be in that confinement, while others is digging a hole to break out of prison. And I broke out of prison, and the more older I get, the more I understand what Batman was talking about. He was like, I don't have to kill you, but I don't have to save you.
Yeah. So, it makes sense. it makes sense when you start viewing things in a whole different. Like I said, it's all about perspective, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna touch on that too because like I told everybody, I'm in the military and I've been in for almost 14 years, and there was a class that I've taken. It's probably the best class I've ever taken in my entire life, and it's called MRT, Master Resilience Training. In this course, it doesn't teach you anything. It makes you enhance what you already know. So like you have all of these mind skills, put things in perspective, hunting the good stuff, you know, using all these different words like connection, strengths of character, self-regulation, self-awareness, you know, all of these team building things and just mind empowering things. That probably was the best class that taught me to really be more mature thinking. Like it was something that I was missing in my life, and when I took that class, it seemed like every door just started busting wide open, and I was like, damn, I ain't never thought the military was gonna teach me really too much of anything.
Yeah.
But what I did was the same thing that you said. I started going into everything with an open mind. I had to tell myself, all right, Ajlan, you may know something that they finna say, but act like you know nothing so you can gain more and you can learn more. And that's the difference with us. And we finna get into a conversation about today's era and time too, because like we messed up as a generation as far as like when it comes to that human to human interaction type stuff.
Yeah.
Like the social media world took over. And don't get me wrong, whoever made their success off of YouTube, even Kais and that with streaming and all this and stuff, that's all good. But what skills and trades have you ever learned?
Yeah, that's true. So even I had to, I learned a lot of things. I got numerous certifications and stuff like that, and just the fact that I was able to pass my cooking exam last month, man, just it was great because I was just studying and just making sure that I knew everything. Because me and Texas don't get along. We arch nemesis, so just the fact like I was able to take my test and just pass it. Just on the first try, man, it was great, and just also made my first viral video 100K viewers, man. I was just happy for that, man. I just always tell everybody to just never give up. Just the stuff that you going through now, if it gets frustrating, it gets discouraging some days, man. You're just like, dang, like if I'm doing anything right, but our time and God's time is two different things. You know, you have to make a video and stuff like that, which could take 2 or 3 hours, and then you get that 2 views only and stuff like that, and you just be like,
hey, look, I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, I used to think that way. Yeah. If I got 2 views on anything, I'd be grateful. You know why? I'd be grateful. I'm so grateful for everything now. It don't even matter what it is, no matter how small it is. If I got 2 views on something, at least I got 2. Just 2 people decided they was gonna watch it. That's good enough for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know, trying to overdo what God already done said. Whatever God said for it to be, it will be. Like, I don't try to do, like I said, my obedience level to God, right, in this moment of my life and forever, for the rest of my life is so strong, because I feel like we all have a purpose, we all have a walk, and we all have to really look at our walk and really understand, like, this is you. Like, the thing that keeps pulling you back the most, that's you. It's like, I wouldn't be able to talk like this had I not found music truly. Like, music taught me more about who Ajlan ever was, you know, and even, like I say, I do thank my brother for a lot of the lessons he taught me too, but me finding music really taught me how my mind works, how I'm able to go outside and still enjoy life and enjoy the little things. Like, the other day, I sat outside in the chair and just looked at the stars, and I was like, damn, do people even look up anymore? Like, it's some small things, bro. It's some small things. Like, you just taking that taking that you time to really build you and strengthen your relationship with God. That's all it is. And like my brother said on when he came in, I don't know who it was on they came in, they said knowledge is power. Like that is very true. Like you have to literally start feeding your brain. I got a song for that too. It's called Hustle. And it's just, I'm just talking. Everything that we talk about, I probably got a song for because, like I said, I've changed my mindset.
Yeah.
I've changed where I want to go. I've changed my direction. I've really made a solid foundation. I've embodied my true self. I embodied my walk. I embodied my talk. I embodied this vessel. I embodied God and let God use me the way He needs to. Even when it comes to people talking, like I used to didn't listen as well. Now I'm a great listener. I love listening to what people have to say because it's something that I'm a need. It's something that I can take along and pass to somebody else. Like I can look out for 12 soldiers right now that's under me. So like my job is to always be constantly learning. And I'm still learning as I go into this. It's not something that I just, I just knew. No, I had to train my brain to really just like say, hey, you need to learn this, you need to learn that. So when it comes time for you to teach this, you know how to teach this. You know, but being coachable and being teachable, you have to, like I said earlier, you got to be open to all of this stuff that's coming on in life because it's going to hit you like tidal waves and you just got to be able to go and catch it all. Like you got to. So, like, but that's the biggest part. That's why I'm glad, we even had this conversation. I'm glad you took it this way. I'm glad it's all freestyle. It ain't nothing that what did he say? He said for real, this is how we defeat the enemy. Yeah, big facts. You gotta educate yourself. You gotta educate yourself on everything. But I'm glad we had this conversation truly and you just freestyling it because now people get to really get what my mind thinks. That way, get how your mind thinks when it comes to all of these different things. But like I said earlier, nothing is different. We all go through the same shit. We just raised differently. We just look at it differently. That's it. But it's the same shit. Life has not changed since it began. The same situations have always been here. Always. And it's just once you realize that, you start unlocking shit. Like you start from using 10% of your brain, now you might got 11, you might got 12%. Now you get to use. It's when you start educating yourself, you start seeing a lot more. That's why I'm just like, we finna talk about some real deep shit today. Like we ain't even gotta talk about all the music. Like, and it's fine. Like, we can go back and talk about music too. Like, I got a lot coming. I got a lot coming out. I'm pretty sure that one track just hit your damn email. So it's about to get that substance that people been looking for. I got you, Beverly.
Hey man, it's all good, bro. And just going back to what you said that you don't do it for the money and stuff like that. I don't do this for the money either, but at the same time, what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
I would love to
make something off of it. Yeah, and so, you will. Yeah. You will because you're a genuine person. You're a genuine brother. You're very authentic, and it's very original. I can really vouch for that and let people know. Like, I've always been original, always been authentic, and always show love and gave love, and tried to give people. And I'm glad that you open up this platform to everyone, that's really out here to making a difference. So big kudos and big shout out to you because a lot of people don't like to tell the host thank you. So I'm telling you thank you.
Man, appreciate you, man, because it helps us get our message across to the entire world. Because again, you never know who's watching you. You never know who you're inspiring, and it makes and means a lot to me that I have people coming up to me that I don't even know. A lot of times when I'm grocery shopping, it could be somebody who's elderly come up to me like, hey, don't you do that podcast? And I'm like, yeah, how did you know? And she was like, oh, I saw your tattoo on your arm and stuff. And my grandkids watch you. And at first I was just like, one of those episodes where you was going off and going crazy on people. And I was like, man, he has such a foul mouth and this and that. And then I gave you a chance, and a lot of the like history stuff that you had talked about, and I was just like, wow, like he's very articulate, he's very knowledgeable. So I just wanted to let you know that I learned a lot from you.
I appreciate that, man.
And I made and I just really made me astounded because it's really rare to have someone like in our age bracket, talking about what happened in the past and stuff like that. It's very rare, but it's just it's necessary because you have to know the past. And I just think that us as a people, we try to negate that, but we can't. It's a part of how far we came. And I love people, man. I love people like Medgar Evers and Malcolm X, Dr. King, and even people who was lynched unfairly. They been through stuff and just torment that they face in the last waking minutes and moments. And it's just allowed me to be grateful again because I just will like watch these documentaries and read these stories and I'm like, damn. Like they were shot, how many? More than 100 times and castrated and was cut up and this and that. And these were like kids most of the time. So it allowed me to look at things differently because I'm 36 now. A lot of people weren't able to make it to my age or your age at that. So when people be trying to talk about, man, F my life and I don't want to be here anymore, and a lot of stuff that they're going through is so minor, but to them it's major. But to us, since we already experienced things, we look at things like, look, it's gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? If I'm still silly, if I'm still smiling, if I'm still loving after all the stuff that I embarked on or experienced, we'll be too. We'll be alright. I just feel like you need to seek some help or just call me. You know what I'm saying? Just vent to me, talk to me, because I do that. There's so many people. I was their therapist for a while, and then after that, they felt better. They kind of went back to doing their own thing. But I was there for a purpose. Whether it was ineligible or not, I feel like I kept them alive a little while longer, and I can live with that. I feel like that was compensation to me, was just making sure that they was alive for however long that it took them to die. Because I know that we all have a purpose, and just knowing my purpose, it just keeps me at home a lot more now. I'm not in the streets. I'm not partying, I'm not clubbing. I miss those days. I miss having fun, but I'm like, no, I can't. Let me get back to work and stuff like that, because I'll be into my work, man. It's a lot of times where I have female company, and I would be so caught up into my work to the point that like I forget they're there, and I feel some type of way, like, hey man, like I came all the way here, and you're not going to pay me no attention. I'm like, hey, just let me get this edited finished real quick. I'm about to go then, and this and that. I'm like, well, bye, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gonna stop me from my work, but that's just how devoted that I am, and I've never been devoted to anything like this, bro. And I just see, yeah, and it's a beautiful thing. A lot of people would just say, "Oh, you obsessed," but hey, I love it, man. I love it because it just allows me to be disciplined, and discipline just get you to places.
There you go with that word. discipline. That's what I was just telling my homegirl that just popped up in here, Courtney. I always tell her, like, you just gotta discipline yourself. Like, we talked about this when I was out in LA. I think I was walking the street. I think she was going to the gym, and we were just talking about, just being disciplined and knowing that, hey, if you know for a fact something hasn't been going on, it's probably because you haven't been disciplined enough to continuously keep it going. And you just got to be disciplined with yourself. Like, it was just like with me. I got back in the gym. My sister called me fat on Christmas. She said, "You really like you in the Christmas spirit. You got that stomach out." I said, "Oh."
My sisters can be mean as hell,
December
man.
26th, your boy was in the gym, but I ain't missed a date.
Yeah, I mean,
It's discipline, though. You're right.
yeah, and it's a great thing. It's a great thing to be locked into something, because just when I go back and watch my episodes, I just be amazed, like, how am I not burnt out yet? How come I'm not tired? Or
Because it's too much more you got to do, man.
yeah,
It's too much more you got to do. Too many more people you got to reach, and there's plenty more lessons that you got to learn to be able to bring these other people on these platforms that have the similar mindsets like you and I, and probably the others that you brought on here, to be able to progress and to think and give them a new perspective of how to think. And you never know. You never know how that's going to affect their artistry, or if they're an actress or actor, or if they're a journalist, or, they're just somebody who, whatever they do, you never know what you're saying, how it's going to reach someone. Like, even my own girl Courtney on here, like we would talk about certain things, and it's stuff that she would say to me that I'm like, I didn't think about that. Let me put that in my doggone my memory bank, so I can remember that for myself. So, like, it's a lot of different things that we don't really pay attention to that we should.
oh, no doubt, man. And I think I was the first podcaster to have Mormons come on my platform.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
And
That sounds great.
It was so dope, bro. It was so cool. Had a great time talking, because they said that everybody else turned them down, and they just,
You know what? That's funny. You the first person to have Mormons on your show. I remember in college. Remember in college they had those Mormons and stuff.
Yeah.
I actually had some Mormons come knock on my door one time. They was asking me questions about the Bible, and I read the Bible a lot. So, well, not all the way through, but a lot of parts, a lot of chapters. And we came in, they asked me a question. I'm answering the questions like, man, I've never had anyone to, answer these questions like that. I said, man, come on in, let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
So I invited them in. I said, hey, you want some tea? You want some water, anything, drink? Like, we had a great conversation. I told them, hey, come back next Tuesday. Let's have another conversation. We did that for about a month, like, having just great conversations. Now, was I going to be a Mormon? No. But just to talk about God, man, that you're not going to find people that are willingly ready to talk about God. You find people that just too fearful, or they feel like, I'm doing this right now. I'm like, you wouldn't be doing that if it wasn't for God.
Yeah.
So
I agree. Yeah, and it was just like such a fulfillment to me, just to be able to give them a platform and just be able to gain new relationships. And because I don't just have like one branch of friends, I have multiple branches of friends that I love to conversate and just love to get advice from and stuff, and they just will forever be appreciative to that, because they said that because a lot of people be skeptical about their beliefs and don't really get the time to listen because of the programming and grooming what they was brought up on. And I'm like, look, you have to be open-minded. You know what I'm saying? You have to give everyone a chance not to defend their case, but we have to all take some type of, I would say, elaboration on things. Because what you know may help me and vice versa, man. And you can't open new doors by picking the same old way, you know. So I'll be on the time. And also, bro, I just want you to talk about that one show you was on as well.
Oh.
I get away from that.
Oh yeah, I can talk about it now. Okay,
Did that ever air?
Huh?
Did that ever air?
Yeah, it did. It aired.
Really?
Yeah, it aired.
I gotta find that, man.
It aired and it was dumb. It was stupid. So everybody on here that want to know. So in 2021, I got a DM from these producers in Hollywood about doing a TV show possibly. I had to go and I was a part of a band at the time, and we was getting ready to do our set, and I was like, yo, I need like 10 minutes. I got to go make a singing video real quick. So I ready to go. I went to a window, started singing whatever, and they said, oh great, you're in. I said, oh, I'm thinking I ain't really think it was real because, you know, but who knows. So anyways, I sent it off. I get a email about getting flown out to California and doing this TV show for Fox. And I was like, okay. So this is real. It's like, oh, you need to go. I'm gonna send you a place where you need to go so you can get. This is around COVID time, so you know we had to get those COVID tests. So I had to go take a COVID test and I sent it back. Next you know, I get an email with a itinerary. I was like, oh, this is real. So I called my cousin. Called my cousins that live out in LA. Shout out to Mikey Porter and Marty Porter. And I told them what was going on. They flew us out. We stayed right there in the hotels in the Marriott, right by LAX. And it was a bunch of us. It was like over 200-300 people. So we all coming in. Yeah, it was a lot of damn people. But there's a twist to this. I'm gonna get to it.
Okay.
So we go there. We do we getting auditions and stuff set up. They had already let like 100 some people go on the first day. We didn't know nothing about it. And I'm just having a ball because I'd have been to this part of LA, so I know where to walk to, I know where to go. I ain't worried about that. So I'm going to In-N-Out, whatever, coming back, staying in my hotel room every day, man. This was the first time that I've ever had to experience having what a producer assistant does. So like they get you everything. Like you don't get to do nothing. So like it's like, oh no, Mr. Osborne, we got you. What do you need? We're going down to Crafty for you. I'm like, yo, what kind of shit is this? I ain't never had this happen before. And so we go there, we do that. I pass the first prelims. I actually get sent home. So I come back home, and about 4 days later, I get an email, hey, if there's a possible chance of you coming back, would you do it? Yeah. And what do you know? I receive another itinerary and be going back. So I fly back to California. This time we're not staying in LA. We're staying in Beverly Hills. And I was like, oh, so we staying on I don't know, it was Pico, it was something, but it was basically a lot of Jewish. It was like a Jewish area. So it was a lot of it was a different culture. It was a very different culture. We was getting picked up every day. And we go to the show. Man, when I tell you, I've never seen Crafty so greatly stacked with meals and snacks and everything that you need. I ran into at the time Elon Musk wife, which is one of the judges, Grimes, Caitlin Morissette, Nick Lachey, Real I Am, and the host Roxy from 106 & Park. I was like, oh God. But it was fun because they did a whole video. You know how you watch like American Idol and they give you like a little small bio video. Got to do one of those. I was like, oh, this is fun. I got to see the makeup trailer they go in. Of course, everybody gets it. It's not like makeup. Like they'll put like this stuff on you that makes you not sweat. They also do like a little sit down interview where they got all the cameras and lights and stuff on you. You go outside, they do all of that stuff. But let's get to the root of everything. So we moved from Beverly Hills on to Burbank. Mm-hmm. And we in this nice hotel. We buy everything. So we get to the show. This is the time where we start filming. Mind you, I was going for like 3 hours. And when I tell you, this was probably the most weirdest I've ever seen ever in Hollywood, because I'm not a Hollywood guy. I come from the country, so me dibbling and dabbling and all this, it look like you playing with Devil's Fire. Nah, we ain't doing it. Yeah. So we get to the shows, mind you, and I'm not homophobic or nothing. It's just funny. Everybody in the whole production is gay. It's funny. It's just crazy. Everybody's gay. I didn't know that. It's funny as hell. So I'm learning a whole different little cultures and stuff. Like I said, I'm not able to do anything because you got producers. They get everything for you. We're confined to a little ass room, no TV, just a couch and a table, and you just sitting in there. And so we get to go to the taping of the show. When I tell you this, I've never seen TV so fake. I'm thinking it's like somewhat real. Nah. So everything that y'all be seeing, fake. The audience, fake. They're paid. There's a guy. There's a guy in the stands with you that sat with us. I think I got the video. I gotta find it somewhere. But the video is so when one of the people that comes out on the stage, he'll just like, all right, guys, when he comes out, big claps. I need you to go wild. I'm like, whoa, this was fake. This ain't real. I said, damn, the applause is fake. That's crazy. I said, you think you singing for real? Nah, we just clapping because they told us to. Yeah. And I'm literally sitting there like, bro, I know we ain't just sitting here fake clapping for these folks like they done something. I said, that's crazy. I said, when they find this shit out, they gonna be pissed. Because it was bad, man. I've never seen nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was, like I said, it was a fun time. But boy, when I say that I didn't think that a lot of the stuff was fake like that, nah. But I met a lot of great people. I met a lot of great people among that time because they literally showed genuineness. Like, they was really true friends, and we still friends. A lot of us still friends to this day. Shout out to Flam, Yodi, Jimmy, Mariah, Kalea, J Maya, everybody on the show, man, they was great people. Like but it's not what y'all think it is. Everybody think it's just so like fun. It's not as fun as you think it is. It's a lot of things going on that you see and you don't know how to address it. And you be like, into Hollywood is not for the weak. You got to have a strong mind to like really be in Hollywood. Like, Hollywood is not a game. It's really the devil's playground for real. And you gotta like this is a picture right here of my boy Flam right there and Jimmy. Mm-hmm. And that the suit that he got on, because it was an avatar. We didn't get to sing on stage as ourselves. We was avatars. So it's just like the Masked Singer. You know, everybody got a mask. No, we created this character, and we created the character, and the character was singing with us with choreography from these people that were doing the choreography for us. And if you lose, then you get to come out and say goodbye to your avatar. On TV, you see the avatar. In person, you can't see it. But it was so crazy to the point where I'm like, this is way too many lies. These people don't know what's going on. This is a lot. Matter of fact, I'm really trying to find the video of the commercial because it was really just that bad. I really didn't think that it was gonna be so drastic, but it really is just that drastic, man. Like Hollywood is not for people who looking for a quick lick. You are the quick lick to them.
Yeah.
You are the quick lick, and that's what you got to understand. Yeah, you got to embody the fact that you are only here because they wanted you here because they gonna get something out of you. They're gonna use your people, your influence, and you probably gonna get paid nothing, little to nothing, in making this stuff work. But that's what I be telling folks all the time. Don't look at it as a oh, like you don't really put some work in for real. Nah, they put more work in on the back end over you to make you seem like you're nothing. And that's what Hollywood is. That's why even when I'm in LA, I come back here, just to stay grounded. Because Hollywood is not a place to just sit down and just think that you finna thrive for real. Nah, people is after you. They after you for real. Like that's what their job is, to take from you. But you just got to be strong-minded enough to know that hey, I ain't allowing this type of energy. You know what I'm saying? So, and for everybody who didn't think, there go my name right there. AE Cass Ageline. It was Alter Ego. That was the name of the show. So I was on there for real. That's what everybody's trying to say. You want to know so where's the proof? Like,
Yeah.
But it was real, man. It was a great experience. I did meet a lot of celebrity people. Even walking the streets of LA, you're gonna meet a lot of them. It's just like normal for them. We went to a lot of different places. The Walk of Stars. Went to Universal Studios Hollywood, but the TV show it was amazing because you built, and this is some of us right here too, some of us on TV show. That's Jody, that's Kobe, Jimmy, Danielle, myself, as you see. Mm-hmm. It was more people than enough. We had our own little group. We even went to, like I said, Universal Studios. Riding on the Jurassic Park ride. We was having a lot of fun, man. A lot of these people are huge influencers. A lot of people are really church driven. James Pack, he's like a preacher. He sings. He has a lot going on. Like everybody has something to bring to the table. But so besides the fakeness of the show, and all the people that was being so fake, but you got some genuine friendships. You got some people that you can look at as family if that's what you came with. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about what you're going to where you're going for. But that show, boy, oh my God. Would I do another one? Hell no. A show like that? Hell no. Well, please. I don't care how that money looks. All money ain't good money. Just know that.
No. And that's why I was able to have a plan. So I wouldn't get corrupted. And when you have a plan, it keeps you grounded, and also keeps you away from those blood suckers. You know what I'm saying? So you absolutely right. And then also, you was in a Country Wayne video, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you gotta talk about that. Country Wayne,
man. That was actually a freak accident. I wasn't supposed to be in anything. The owner of the shop, shout out to Mike Norman, All-Star by Top Notch. He does the car. He does a lot of vehicles, the wraps, window tinting. A lot to do with vehicles. And the guy Mike Bless just so happened to be coming through as one of my good friends, and he was like, "Hey man, we want to shoot a skit at the shop." And my like, "Oh, that's cool." It's like, "Yeah, we need you in it, and let's get him in." Hey, my man, you can act. I said, "Yeah, I can act. I wake up every day acting like I really want to do all of this." So he was like, "You know what? We good." So y'all for this Country Wayne skit, man. I never got to meet Country Wayne that day. I did meet him later, but that was a freak accident. But I was not only just in one; I was in a few. And just to be able to see that side of production, it really got me into this wanting to get into acting more because it's fun. Like you get to embody a character.
Yeah.
So I see what Tupac be saying, like, you know, but sometimes, you know, you also gotta be careful of the roles that you playing because you can't get trapped in it. But that was a great experience, man. Being able to be in Country Wayne. I'm probably gonna try to get in some more. It's easy for me to get in contact with him now, so I'm probably gonna do that. I'm probably gonna link up with some people back at home. I don't know if y'all know who Side Piece Keith is, but Side Piece Keith is a comedian that I went to high school with, graduated together, and he does the same thing as Country Wayne. Makes skits, and his skits is hilarious. He does music too. He like that Southern soul, funny comedian. He's really cool. I'm not even gonna lie, y'all gotta tap in with him too. But yeah, that Country Wayne was just, like I said, man, that was so unexpected. It's just crazy how God just be throwing stuff in your face, like when you ask for it. Like, so that was one of the moments that you just had to be ready to catch it. And trust me, in my lap is where it came. But it's been fun, man. Like it's just like I said, it's been a good journey just to see what you can do. You know what I'm saying? And just like you know, my story ain't complete yet. You know, I got a lot I gotta do. So yeah. I'm just ready. I'm ready for what's coming. I'm ready for everything that I'm not ready for, so I can learn my lessons. So yeah.
Oh, no doubt, man. And it's just everlasting. You know what I'm saying? The journey is just something that you have to figure out for yourself.
Well, somebody said, what do you mean trapped in the role? Let me answer them for a question. I'll answer that first. Yeah. Trapped in a role, like, for example, let's take Heath Ledger in Batman and him playing the Joker. Mm-hmm. Joker has a very sick mind. Very, very sick mind. To embody a character like that plays on the person that you are. You gotta be like how Tupac said, you know, I can go anywhere, I can be whoever, because I can look inside my faith and find my soul. It's there, I didn't sell it. You know, it's those type of things. Like, you gotta know you gotta know how to cut that on and cut that off. Like, you can get trapped in these roles and keep playing it out your entire life, and it'd be bad for you. You became something that you was just supposed to be acting as. It's not easy to play a lot of certain roles, especially like when you have to play somebody with a mental disorder, and you have to embody this mental disorder and really act like it all the time. And when you get on camera, it's just that. And then when you get off camera, it's like I have to wean myself out of that thought process. I gotta wean myself out of the way I was speaking on camera and put myself in this character that I have to play my real self. Like, it's crazy. It's not a game. It's not a game. You gotta be ready for you gotta be ready for the turn on and the turn off. So that's what I mean by getting stuck in a role, getting stuck in these soliloquies of characters.
Oh yeah, and let me add to that. It was an interview with Lakeith Stanfield when he was talking about him playing William O'Neill in the Judas and the Black Messiah, and he said that he had to go to therapy after that.
Yeah,
because it took a lot out of him, and there's so many people playing roles even out here. You know what I'm saying? Because being a character and all that, bro, that takes a lot out of you. You know, and so many people be so caught up in this image that they maintain or image that they portray to the point of they lose themselves. You know, they forget who they are. You know, they become that person and they be stuck there. And because even with Dollar Will, I'm always William. You know, I always tell people, like, it's okay to call me William, it's okay to call me Will. Don't call me Dollar, because I don't want to get consumed in that, because it's an alter ego type thing. But William is William, you know, and that's what is really important, because it's nucleus of variation of things. So, but yeah, that's great, man. You was able to, even though the show sucked, it gave you another thing to put on your resume and on your catalog. And
yeah.
And that's an experience that's priceless. So like, if you have somebody to pay to get on this show, to actually be chosen and selected, man, it's a different feeling. When someone actually wants you, instead of you having to do certain things to get to that point. And a lot of people just with this Me Too movement that's going on now, like they had to become, objects and become and do favors. And that's why a lot of people, I would say, be on a lot of substances because they're trying to take away from what they had to do to get to the top. But
yeah, I
just would say, like, when I do make it, because we all don't get the chance to watch someone rise.
Yeah,
we watch them when they make it, but we don't get the opportunity to watch them when they was first coming up. So I just want people to just, when I do come up, they can say, hey, he worked for that. He earned that. He didn't sell his soul. He didn't have to put another black person down to get there. And I don't. Because there's so many people want me to talk about others or talk about certain things on the show. And I just say, no, like, I'm going to do what's been working. Because if I change the formula now, it's not going to taste very good. The flavor is going to be bland. It's going to be stale. So that's why I make sure that I always keep my subject matter and my main objective is to talk about mental health, talk about depression, talk about group relationships, and we can talk about other things because it's funny because I would say like 5 content creators that does adult material. You would not even know that they did that because the way I spoke to them and how we talk, you would never think they feel like that, but I did. So. But at the end of the day, it's all good because we just need to go back to seeing ourselves as human beings. And I think the world would be a better place.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, bro, I just want to say I thank you for coming on here, man, and I can't wait to hear this song, and also, man, just thank you for always being a part of my projects, man. Like, because this tape is it's an upgrade, man. I would say that this tape that's coming out, one of my greatest creations that I have done. So I just wanted to thank you, man, for just being genuine, being real, being loving. I wish you nothing but the best in all your future endeavors, man. And I'm with you all the way, man.
Hey, I appreciate you. I appreciate you opening up the 1804 show for people like me, other artists. Before I do get up out of here, I want to let everybody know I do have a project coming. It's called He's Not I, I'm Him. I got an R&B side and I got a hip hop side. With all substance, I'm hitting everything that everybody don't want to touch on. I'm not doing the music for anybody but me. So, but I do want people to be along for the journey and see what it is and how it is and why it is I did this and why I said it like this, and really it'll be like a self-reflecting type of album, because that's what it was for me. I ain't gonna say album, I'll say EP. But it was something that was easy for me to self-reflect on. And Candy Rain is like probably gonna be one of the most listened. I'm really, really, really betting on Candy Rain being probably one of the most listened songs because of the substance that's in it. And it's a lot. It means a lot to me. So I can't wait for y'all to hear it. Y'all stay tuned. If y'all want to follow me on any social media platforms, is AIJ ALONSINGZ Ajalon Sings. I'm always gonna be here forevermore. I never forgot it.
No doubt. And if they sleep now, and they're gonna be asleep later, because that regular. That regular is. Man,
hey, you know what? Look, regular was That was off of my first album, and that's what I've been doing as of lately. I've been going back to my first of music body of music that I put out, and really giving it that chance. You know, I don't think I really gave it that chance because I was just putting music out with no plan.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, since I rekindled, rebranded, redid my foundation, now I'm like, oh, you know what? Now I can give you this embodiment of content and work that from this first album, and then it's just gonna bring it all up to speed. So another doggone spoiler, I'm making a video series, so everything is finna go into each other, so you finna see how it's gonna play out. It's finna be dope.
Man, I can't wait to check that out, man. You know, like I said, I'm rooting for you, bro.
I appreciate it.
Always a fan, man. Cause from the beginning, with bro, man, like I was just like, dang, like who is this dude? Like this dude cold. Like I gotta meet this dude.
Talk about K-Dub.
Yeah, K-Dub. Shout out to K-Dub.
Shout out to K-Dub. Shout out K-Dub.
I was like, man, who the hell is this dude?
And you know what's funny, bro? I look, you know what's funny, and I say this all the time. You know, me and K-Dub met at a quick trip. And literally, I was singing the Michael Jackson song, and he was over there. I never knew this dude. I didn't know the dude. He just heard me sing. He came and said, "Hey, man, hey dog, you sing, bro? Like, I heard you singing it there, dog. Like, hey, man, you cold, bro. You cold. Like, hey, man, like, let's exchange information, bro. I'm a rapper. You know, I did this, that. That's how it started. We did not do a song for a whole year.
Yeah.
So we just talked about it. But then our first time in the studio, 7 songs.
Hey, y'all chemistry is just so...
Our chemistry is crazy. It's crazy when we get in the studio. And a lot of times it be songs that ain't even wrote yet, and we just wrote them in the studio in like 15 minutes, and it's just like, dang, like the chemistry be cold. Like, I ain't gonna lie, another spoiler, we got a song called Middle of the Night. Crazy.
I'm good.
Cold.
Oh man.
Yeah, man, it's a lot.
I can't wait, man.
Oh yeah, we both got a lot of stuff coming out. But Fredo, man, like I said, man, I do appreciate you for really allowing this platform to be for people like me, to be able to share my stories, to be able to uplift people, to, you know, show and share some genuine authenticity from somebody like myself. And, you know, and just, you know, even speaking the name of God to people, man, like, that's where it all starts. So thank you.
No problem, man. Sure, we gonna have to make a part 3 real soon.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be a part 3. And I'm gonna be wild on part 3. So I'm gonna be straight wild. You get the calm side of me now. You got the small little hype first episode. This the calm side. Now the next one, to be turned up.
Oh, no doubt, bro, man. Like I said, man, always a pleasure. And till next time, man, take care, be safe, and God bless.
For sure, man. Hey, y'all go get that Never Worry that just dropped May 4th, by the way.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna download that right now, bro.
Hey, you gonna hit me up after this? I already know. I already know.
For sure.
But all right, bro.
All right.
I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you too.
Love.
Peace.